What is going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Any new viewers out there, if you're catching this on the playback, as this is a live stream, make sure subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. We're covering a lot of different topics on this channel: news, sports, current events, much more. But I always want to hear from the people, so make sure you get up in the comments and join the discussion. Now, I've recently been covering this just heinous, disturbing, disgusting crime that happened in Minneapolis to George Floyd. And, I'm just hoping and keeping the faith that those who are responsible are held accountable and truly pay true justice. Not no halfway BS or none of that. Like, a precedent needs to be set. And I'm really hoping, that justice does prevail. Now, we know there's protests going on out there. And, like the mayor said, rightfully so, people want to vent. See, we got someone in the chat. Hit the like, please. Drop a comment. Let me know who's in here. Hit the like, though. You come in here, even if you come in and leave, whatever, just hit the like. It helps get, every like counts. It helps get the notifications out to other people. Now, like the mayor was saying, though, a lot of people want to protest and just get those emotions out because it's real, man. That seeing what happened and knowing what happened is affecting people. And, it should. It's some real heinous, disgusting stuff. Anything you want to talk about, the media spin, whatever, etc., doesn't apply to this. This is something horrible that happened, and justice needs to take place. See, we got a few more people in here, guys. Please hit the like, drop a comment so I know who's up in here. But I want to share this video that Hocus for Fifth shared this. I'm sure you guys are aware of him. If you're not, go check him out on Instagram at Hocus, Hocus 4 Fifth, 45th. He shared this video from some people who are at the protest. Now let's check it out.
Well, free Americans, yeah.
And what are you doing today?
We were out here yesterday too, down on the original protest site. So basically, you see the records that cops keep, and cops are a lot less likely to try and tread on people's rights when there's other armed Americans with them. So we figured it's about damn time that or at least I figure that it's about damn time some heavily armed rednecks stood with fellow citizens.
And why are you protecting this store?
Well, this wasn't exactly a specified action. We've been kind of, so we just kind of ended up here. We've been moving around and just trying to see what's what without getting necessarily completely slapped by massive groups of people. And while we were walking, somebody mentioned that there were some guys at the back of us who wanted to know if they were over to go buy something, and they said that they're closed and they're defending their businesses. Oh yeah, Target's on fire. Yeah. By the way. Yeah. And anyway, so we heard that. We're like, well, we better kid up and go see if these guys need help. And it turns out these guys are out here with machetes and shattered windows trying to keep looters out of the business because cops can't get in here. And so, I figure before they were cops, they were just Americans. So here we are. Already out during the LA riots. Or during the LA riots. Collateral damage, I guess. Everyone protecting their own stuff. That's where you got the term rooftop Korean. So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. If there were more of us, we could go stop them from looting, but it's just us four. Yeah, we definitely don't agree with the looting. Yeah, no, looting. But we do agree with the cause for the protest. Yeah, definite protesting.
All right, so you see that there, these guys are at the protest, which is, things are going crazy from all the reports that I'm seeing, that you're seeing, that that we're all seeing out there in Minneapolis. People are very upset. Now, you heard what they said. They don't agree with the looting. They wish that the looting would stop, but they want to see justice for George Floyd. And I want to share the caption that Hocus 4 Fifth shared with this video. He put,
free Americans, yeah.
He put, armed white civilians stand with armed black civilians. I've been saying this. We need to stand together, black, white, brown, etc. I love this right here. The white man said he knows it's less likely for the cops to violate others' rights when they see two white people standing with them and they're all armed together. This is powerful. I approve this message. We stand together in the face of tyranny. So, get up in the comments. What do you guys all think of that? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't like to admit things like that. A lot of people feel like if they say, that there is indeed racism that goes on, no, a lot of people a lot of times just don't want to admit that. They want to, blame everything on the media lying to us. No one's saying that because there is racism and aggressive cops who, assault minorities and things like that, that's a reflection of all of America. You know what I mean? But it still goes on. What's up, Hassan? What's up, bro? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, man. I'll roll this video one more time over so you can check it out since I see you just got in here. People don't like to admit that, though. A lot of the time they think that, they're like, oh, the media is just playing games. The media does play games, but this is real life stuff. This really does happen. That doesn't mean that reflects everyone. You know what I mean? You see what these guys said. They're like, they're standing, obviously they're standing against that kind of behavior and everything. You know what I mean? But they said it. And what do you think about that? He said right here, he said, the white man said he knows it's less likely for the cops to violate others' rights when they see two white people standing there with them and they're all armed together. I mean, it's true a lot of the time. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, let's be honest. But you heard what these guys also said, though. They agree with the protest. You know what I mean? They just wish that the looting would stop, which always comes along with protests. It's the same thing with these protests, how in the media you see, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes the media does show the peaceful protest and people trying to get a message out there, but they show a lot of the destruction and stuff that happens as well. And you know what? Not everyone does that. Not everyone goes out tearing stuff up, but it does happen. You know what I mean? So it's just like, people got to think for themselves, you know what I mean? But I thought that this was interesting, though, that these guys, like what Hoka said here, armed white civilians stand with armed black civilians. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to see this cop go down. Those who were responsible for this, a lot of times people are so split on these types of things. I haven't seen anyone, arguing about this. Everyone agrees this evil scumbag needs to pay, from what I've seen. And if someone doesn't think that, I think that person is a troubled individual or is a hateful individual. If they think, that what that guy did is not wrong, then you're crazy and you maybe need to be committed to a institution or something like that. You know what I mean? That was pure evil what we saw. And I'm just really hoping that justice does prevail. You know what I mean? Like, this is this is crazy though, but we got to see how this thing plays out. Now I'm gonna keep updates on the happenings and the reports coming out within the protests. Protesting, like the mayor said, protesting is important. It should be done, but safely, right? Not aggressively, but a lot of people are mad, man. A lot of people are sick of seeing that kind of behavior go on. We're seeing that this police officer had a history of this kind of behavior, lots of different complaints against them and things like that. You always see that in these situations when things happen. It comes back that there was a long list of complaints against these officers, and they end up still out there policing society, and it ain't right. Things need to change. But like I said, anyone who's catching this on the playback, this was a live stream. Oh, I see I got a couple more likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate that so much. What do you guys think about this, though? Let me roll the video back for you guys. But once again, he says, armed white civilians stand with armed black civilians. I've been saying this. We need to stand together, black, white, brown, etc. I love this right here. The white man said he knows it's less likely for the cops to violate others' rights when they see two white people standing there with them and they're all armed together. This is powerful. I approve this message. We stand together in the face of tyranny. And I see I got some comments here. Salute from Real. Hey, what's good, Real Talk? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Much appreciated. That's for anyone, Real Talk Media. Always been a friend of the channel and just a genuinely good content creator, looking out for other platforms like myself, sharing game. Always been a solid one. Thank you for tuning in, bro. You know, hopefully we see this cop truly pay for this BS. You know what I'm saying? And someone else said, crazy crap that will never change. Judy Yeager said that. And Real Talk said, I appreciate that, bro. No doubt, fam. You've always been a solid one, like I said. But I'm going to roll this video one more time. Anyone out there catching this on the live playback, like I said, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell. As I stated, I cover music, news, sports, current events, all different topics. You get so many, you know, I cover it all on this channel, but it's all about hearing from the people. So make sure you join the discussion. Get up in them comments. Let's talk about this, you guys. But let's roll this back one time.
On people's rights? Well, I mean, free Americans, yeah.
And what are you doing today?
We were out here yesterday too, down on the original protest site. So basically, you've seen the records that cops keep, and cops are a lot less likely to try and tread on people's rights when there's other armed Americans with them. So we figured it's about damn time that some, or at least I figure that it's about damn time some heavily armed rednecks stood with fellow citizens.
And why are you protecting this store?
Well, I mean, this wasn't exactly a specified action. We've been kind of, so we just kind of ended up here. We've been moving around and just trying to see what's what without getting necessarily completely slapped by massive groups of people. And while we were walking, somebody mentioned that there were some guys at the back of us. We wanted to know if they were over to go buy something, and they said that they're closed and they're defending their businesses. Oh yeah, Target's on fire. Yep. By the way. Yeah. But anyway, so we heard that. We're like, well, we better kid up and go see if these guys need help. And it turns out these guys are out here with machete and shattered windows trying to keep looters out of the business because cops can't get in here. And so, you know, I figured before they were cops, they were just Americans. So here we are. Already out during the LA riots. Or during the LA riots. Collateral damage, I guess. Protecting their own stuff. That's where you got the term rooftop Korean. So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. If there were more of us, we could go stop them from looting, but it's just us four. Yeah, we definitely don't agree with the looting. Yeah, no, looting. But we do agree with the cause of the protest. Yeah, definite protesting.
Yeah, so they said justice, excuse me, I'm sorry. Justice for Floyd, for George Floyd. Stop the looting. You know, protesting, as I said, is important. But, you know, a lot of times people are so angry, you know, they take it out in the wrong places. It happens, you know. It's crazy times we're living in right now. Like, we just going through this crisis across the country. Now something like this happens. It's just, I don't know, absolutely sickening what they did. You know, and I want to say something too. Those officers, though, absolutely sick, man. But I want to say something as well. A lot of times people like these guys that you see with the guns and everything, you know, everyone comment, let me know what your thoughts are about these guys. You know, a lot of times, I believe the term is called like that they audit the police, or they're auditing civil rights violations and things like that. Like they're out trying to make, you know, sure that we really truly are free. Excuse me. You know, a lot of times those people who do that, you know, get a negative rap, like they're just nuts with guns. You know, I mean, because there is people who are just nuts with guns or whatever. But like there is a lot of civil rights being violated all the time, you know, and you know, when people unite in any cause, you know, maybe maybe some things can get accomplished and some things can change, but a lot of people think people are just out there doing that, to stir a controversy or something or for ratings or whatever. Like the amount of like civil rights violations that goes on every day, you know what I mean, is crazy, But I don't know, guys. That's all I really got on this. I just wanted to share this with you guys. Um, Make sure to subscribe. Anyone new out there, hit the notification bell. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really hope justice prevails in this situation. True justice, and these guys pay. These guys need to pay. And as I stated, a lot of times people might argue on different instances that happen. But I feel like in this situation, I haven't seen anyone, like everyone I've seen is all saying the same thing. That guy was pure evil. He's a piece of garbage. He needs to pay for what he did. And, that's what it is. And I don't know. Hopefully justice for George Floyd and, things in Minneapolis, can, everyone, justice can happen and people can, get through what they're going through and everything. It's just crazy times going on. Be safe, everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. Shout out Real Talk Media, who was in the comments. Yeah, even Trump mad. Facts, Real Talk. I did a video on it like yesterday. Trump came out and it was like, I've urged the FBI to like, let's get this thing going. Let's get this investigation going. And that was something that was interesting in a different live that I was doing, right? Someone was saying, these guys, they need to get the death penalty. And there was someone in the chat from Minneapolis, and I was like, does Minnesota have the death penalty? And they were like, no. And I was like, well, Trump's calling for a special prosecutor. I've heard the feds are investigating this. I believe a lot of times when a special prosecutor gets involved, things get charged at a federal level. And from my understanding, like, I always say I'm not a legal analyst, but I do know a little something, something on certain things. You know what I mean? I don't know it all. That's the basis of this channel. I want to talk with the people. Let's talk about stuff. I don't know everything. Let's chop it up. If I'm, forgetting something, enlighten me. If I'm wrong about something, correct me. Like, let's talk about it. Someone said, no, just leave them free at home. Just fire them and don't protect their house or patrol their street for 24 hours. Yo, real talk. That'll work too, right? Facts, man. Like, these dudes really need to get what's coming to them, period. You know what I mean? And that freaking Asian guy really has me upset too. Them citizens there pleading with this guy and telling him, like, look what you're doing, man. You, like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And the Asian guy's sitting there, back up, back up. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? And then when they did finally see that this guy is passing away and go to step forward, this evil bastard, who's sitting there with his hand in his pocket, just looking emotionless. He looked like he wanted to smile or something. Then, real quick, he's pulling out the mace and everything. Like, I swear, like, if those citizens would have jumped on him, like if they would have had the video evidence and would have jumped on him and stopped him from doing that, there should be a law that, like, if the police are indeed, doing something wrong, citizens can jump in and stop it. You know what I mean? Like, for real, like, they would have been stopping a murder. That police officer needed to be a citizen's arrest on him. But yeah, real talk, that'll work too. Don't patrol his street, leave him at home. Maybe justice will find him that way, And I've seen, I have seen that his address leaked out and everything. So, hey, man, listen, I don't ever try to urge people to go out and, do violence or anything like that. But this guy is like a demon. He's a demon. Imagine something like this happening in Texas. Yeah. Real Talk said it is a law. One second, the comments disappeared. One second, guys. Real Talk said it is a law that allows us to, but they have guns and will use them. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's why I've seen people say, they should have did. So, I mean, I don't want to say what can they do, but I mean, what could they do? They would have been killed right then and there. I mean, we saw that guy. He was killing someone just like it was nothing in front of everyone. He would have killed he would have killed everyone right on the spot. Um, Real Talk says we need to live in unity like the police do with our guns. Move in unity, I meant. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's why I thought it was interesting to share this video here. This guy doesn't even like in the city he is supposed to protect. Yeah, that's back in the day when I was growing up, like in certain neighborhoods that I lived in, there was certain police, right? I was talking with someone about this recently, that there was certain police that had kind of like a rapport with the citizens in the neighborhood and knew people. You know what I mean? Like if things were going down in the streets, they could reach out and talk to people. You know, and they treated people a certain way with a little bit of respect, and they knew who is who. And do you know what I'm saying? Like they had an actual relationship with the community. Nowadays, I swear, it's like they're either throwing people out there who are just terrified and got no business being a police officer, and are scared to death of everything and are so quick to do something crazy and hurt someone, or just some like evil POS like this guy, like we just saw. I just got another comment here. This guy, or oh, my job shut down early because of the riots. Wow. Oh, you're in Minnesota, Anna Flowers? Sarah Love she's a subscriber of mine. She was in my chat yesterday. She's from Minnesota also. She's from Minneapolis. Real Talk says, the police used to be from our area in DC. We ain't like them, but they wasn't all the way outsiders. Maybe somebody's uncle was a cop in that area, but knew how to keep the peace. Exactly, Real Talk. That's exactly what I mean. You know what I mean? The police are the police. Someone says, why are they interfering with our uprise? Have y'all ever heard of rebellion? And Anna Flowers is from Minneapolis. Anna Flowers, do you like the mayor? What do you think about what the mayor's saying? I like I thought what the mayor is doing. He seems to be on point, and trying to work swiftly on this. Like, I don't know, a lot of people, when I did a video on the mayor the other day, some people were like, oh, this guy's trying so hard to get over and get like ratings out of this. And I was like, no, I think the mayor is being sincere. I felt like he was being sincere. St. Paul community police need to come back. Back to something before I forget what I was saying about if something is charged at a federal level, I'm not positive, but I believe, like, even if a state doesn't have the death penalty, if something is charged at a federal level, you can be sentenced to death, from what I've understood. Now, I don't know if it will be charged at a federal level. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this. I believe these guys will be charged. Like, I'm keeping the faith that they really get what's coming to them. I really am. Someone was commenting yesterday saying, well, listen, they got to make sure they got all their ducks in a row, and, have the case lined up correctly, and everything ready for the grand jury to proceed, because these are police officers and charging them is different and everything. And I understand that. But, I still would like to see something happen swiftly, but also efficiently. But you know what? It just shouldn't be so easy for a police officer. I'm sorry, so hard for a police officer to be charged for homicide. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be so hard for them. It should be easier. If they do wrong, they should pay. You know what I mean? Let's see here. I got a comment that says, I like rioting and looting. I like the rioting and looting. Hopefully the stores have insurance. If we can't get it in the station or get the police, We are going to stop them from doing their job, protect and serve. Come on out and play. I am in St. Paul. Rioting has spread as well. 1 second, guys. I got to pause this. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to just pause for one moment. Let me get back to these comments here. You guys, hit the like when you guys come in, even if you leave alive. If you just hop in and leave, every little like helps get the notifications out. You know what I mean? What did it say here? It shows them that we allow them to be police and work here. They just work here. We live here in general. You know what, real talk? That's a good point. I mean, obviously, police are needed in society and everything like that. But at the end of the day, they're just people. And you're right. You know, they don't own the streets. They don't own the community. You know what I mean? Like, they get kneeling on a neck is stupid. What I said is the outcome. Yeah, you know, absolutely, real talk. Like, it's so crazy when they're talking about evidence and this and that. Listen, they flat out said, right? They flat out said that technique is not allowed. That technique, you're not supposed to do that. He did it and he killed someone. He should go down for it. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing to me in the Eric Garner situation. In that case, they were like, the chokehold isn't allowed. The chokehold's not allowed. It's outlawed. He used the chokehold and killed him, and he didn't go down for it. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And I really don't like when people try to just say, they try to point out what the person may have done or not done or whatever. People are people. Cops are cops. This is America. You can't murder people in the street. Facts, period. And you know what? Like, I'm going to say it again, and I've said it so many times since this happened. It wouldn't have mattered if that guy punched the cop right in the face, spit in his face, which he didn't do none of that. I'm not saying that he did, but I'm saying even if he did, you can't do that to someone, you know? And that's what shows what a sick individual this guy was, right? Because say someone did spit on a cop or punch a cop or something, right? Of course the cop's gonna be mad. He's probably gonna mace you, tase you, hit, you know, punch you in the head a couple times, etc. Lose their cool, you know, and bust someone up and then throw them in the cop car. This guy did this, you know, for minutes and minutes and like 8 to 10 minutes. Just did it, sat there calmly doing it, like. It's really absolutely just, it's like, is this real? You know what I mean? It's just so shocking and disgusting. And I'm sorry, guys. I get worked up about this thing, man. Like I said, I didn't ever want to watch the video the second time. You know, the first time it really bothered me, and then my girl hadn't actually seen it, and so I had to show it to her and watch it with her. And my girl is a tough individual. I love my girl so much, man. She's so smart. She's tough, all that. But she was like really, really upset by this as well, like emotional. Someone said, "Are they at Woodbury yet? And are they planning to?" And Real Talk said it was at least 4 officers. Are they getting charged? Um, are they getting charged as accessories? And if it was me, if it was me, you and Dice doing that, Jay. Um, Privatize the police. Imagine if a security guard did something like this, she would have charged with homicide and sentenced to I believe you mean to death, right? Yeah. Seriously, things need to change as a whole. Like you just said, the police, they should just not be able to just get away. Real Talk said that's my point, Anna. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Real Talk. Like, that's a very, very good point. Um, I get what you're saying, Real Talk. I kind of misread that comment at first. Yeah, you know, it's like that's why things need to change, and these guys need to go down. It's like people, these cops, you know, feel so comfortable doing things like this because they see it all the time. Like it's almost like worst case scenario that they might lose their job or something. You know what I mean? I mean, police do get charged, but like we were just talking about, it's just such a process and so hard to charge them. And I've seen a lot of police officers walk and I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. But yo, real talk, I'm glad you popped in here because I like what you're saying here. Where Anna Flower says I used to live by where the Philando incident happened. I would drive by that area and worry a little. Yeah, it's crazy going by somewhere where something tragic and horrible happened. You know what I mean? It's like you could feel it in the air. But I like what you were saying, real talk, about how you know, the rioting and everything, the looting, it's like, hey, that's what you get almost. Like a lot of people don't understand that sometimes. You know, because something I say on this channel from time to time, I was just saying the other day is not like certain people, it's like just the way their life is or something. It's hard for them to relate to stand in someone else's shoes. But it's like a lot of people just don't understand that a lot to a lot of people they're sick and fed up of things like this happening. You know what I mean? And you know, like I was saying, sometimes the negative energy gets put out somewhere else on the wrong person or something. But it's just like I get what you're saying. Real talk. It's like people are sick of this. It's like like this can't be stood for. You know what I mean? What like I'm sorry guys. I'm always so someone said I just saw a video showing a huge buildup of state troopers and military type people positioning themselves a few doors away from the police station. Dude, come on. How the hell is rioting a good thing? No, no, Nick, I'm not saying rioting is a good thing. I'm saying what Real Talk Media said about this is what happens. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know how long, if you've been in the stream the whole time. I said I'm not ever encouraging people to go out and do violent things. But what I'm saying is a lot of people are just so fed up. It's like this is just the end result. You know, I'm not encouraging it. I'm not saying I personally would partake in something like that. I'm just saying to a lot of people, sometimes they see when things like this happen and they go, why are these people destroying this or doing this? You know what I mean? Why are they like, people are just so overcome with frustration and feel like they don't have a voice and like nothing can be done. Do you get what I mean? Like that's what I was saying about what Real Talk was saying about that. It's like this is what happens. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I was saying I like that Real Talk Media popped in here and said that. You know what I mean? It's hard for a lot of people. Not everyone can stand in everyone's shoes. You know what I mean? A lot of people have felt like they don't have civil rights or a voice for a long time, you know, because stuff like this happens all the time. I mean, not this exact thing, but things need to change, period. You know what I mean? That's, I don't know if that is making any sense, what I'm saying about all that. But they're not rioting for nothing, basically, is what I'm saying. And like in this video, what these guys were saying. I don't know. Was everyone in here when I let this video play? What they were saying. I'll play this one more time before I leave, and then I'll wrap this thing up. Like they were saying, you know, they want people to protest. They want the looting to stop. Minneapolis police are known for police brutality. St. Paul has more of a community police. Real Talk said salute. All right, hold on. Let me run this back. Now, real quick, like I said, this is from Hocus for Fifth's Instagram.
Well, I mean,
It says, armed white civilians stand with armed black civilians. I've been saying this. We need to stand together, black, white, brown, etc. I love this right here. The white man said he knows it's less likely for the cops to violate others' rights when they see two white people standing there with them and they're all armed together. This is powerful. I approve this message. We stand together in the face of tyranny.
on people's rights.
Let me let this video play. Hold on, let's see. We just got a comment here. Um, I hear you. Okay, yeah, Nick. I'm glad you get what I'm saying. Like, it's just, it's. I'm just so all over the place with this, guys. Like I've been saying from day one, day one, I just started covering this a couple of days ago. But like, I'm not trying to sound dramatic or anything like that. I'm really, really emotional about this when I seen that. You know what I mean? Seriously, sad, mad, scared, upset, wanted to put a hole in my wall, wanted to jump through the screen and try to do something, disturbed, freaked out. Like, this is just bad things happen, but just the what we saw with this, like, I don't know, it was so disgusting and just, do you get what I mean? It's like I'm just all over the place when I talk about this, you know. But I don't know. Everyone, I believe, wants to see these guys pay, and like I said, anyone who doesn't, like, you know how it goes with topics. Normally, people are on both sides, like arguing, debating about things. Pretty much everyone I've seen said these guys need to pay. You know, anyone who doesn't say that, like, they're a psychopath or something. You know what I mean? Like, they're pure evil too, I think. I don't know. But let's roll the video real quick. Why weren't they arrested immediately? You know, Anna, that's something, it's interesting you say that, because when I saw, you know, the mayor kind of came out and said the same thing. And also, like what Real Talk Media was saying also. Um, he was, you know, if any of us did this, we'd be arrested. Why do these guys get to, you know, to walk? And, you know, a lot of people were commenting and saying things like, you know, because there's police officers, there's so much to charging them. They have to sure they have all their ducks in a row, you know, with the grand jury, etc. And, you know, but the mayor even kind of came out and said the same thing. He's like, I'm just sitting here, and even with, you know, that being known that this is a process, you know, to arrest a peace officer or whatever, the mayor was like, I just can't see why these guys are free right now. Um, Type in the YouTube search Minneapolis police station under siege, protester shot in the head, and go to the 11-minute mark and see the build up. It seems like something real bad could be happening soon. And then Anna Flower said, same laws that apply to citizens should apply to those that enforce the law. Absolutely. Damn, so I'm seeing what uh Bagvad, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Bagavad Gita is saying, type in YouTube search Minneapolis police station under siege. I believe I saw you type in something else about there's like military ready to be deployed out there. On Real Talk, oh, you must have miswrote what you were saying. So you erased it and probably will rewrite it. But let me let this video roll one more time. You know, like he was saying, these guys, these white citizens here, who I'm about to let this video play. Oh, Real Talk said, and we mad trapped in the house anyway. Y'all gave us a reason to come out. Exactly. That's what. See, Real Talk's always on point with, you know, bro. That's why you've always just been so good at making content, man. You know how to articulate things well, man. You know, that's why when I got into the internet world and watching YouTube, like, that's why you were always a part of me deciding to pick up a device and try and give it a shot myself. Can you tell me what they did from unknown? Who did? Tell you who did. But anyways, these guys, like they said, you know, they're like, hey, we want to come out here and stand with the citizens because the police will be less likely to violate their rights when they see white men with them, you know. And you seen what Hocus said. He said, I love this right here. The white man said he knows it's less likely for the cops to violate others' rights when they see two white people standing there with them and they're all armed together. This is powerful. I approve this message. We stand together in the face of tyranny. Someone said,
Cut on people's rights when there's other armed Americans with them. So I figured it's about damn time that or at least I figure that it's about damn time.
someone said just one man to jail and it's all over. Well, no, I don't agree. They're saying there was 4 officers. There's definitely 2 that we saw directly involved with it. That Asian officer, he sat there and didn't stop it. Period. He saw what was going on. He's just as accountable in my book. Wouldn't you guys agree? He's just as he helped him do that. Period. He took place in that. And I see we got another comment. I just arrived, so I have no context. Cops kneeled on an unarmed, unknown. Check the chat, people. Just one man. Very true. Minnesota, we're stuck inside all winter. Then lockdowns happened. Chaos was inevitable. All 4 need to be arrested. Yeah, basically, it's another vid, Jay. It's 4 cops. We see 2. Yeah, I seen at the end. I seen where there's those other 2 cops, too. You know, the 2, like when they're walking away, I see all them talking. I apologize, guys, the way I'm kind of stuttering and everything like that. Like, literally, I've been so busy lately. I feel like everyone's a little off kilter with this lockdown going on. Our lives totally changed around. Like, things are just nuts out here in the world right now. 3 cops were on George and 1 lookout. Yeah, okay, so that other cop was, I see 3 on him and the Asian man standing. You're actually, yeah, I apologize. I did see the one guy. You can kind of see him off in the distance but you can only see him in part of the video, I believe, right? Like, you can't see him the whole time. And you know what was crazy too is that guy was sitting there rocking his knee too, like he was moving it. And then something else that some people mentioned in the comments. 3 people mentioned it yesterday. I mentioned it myself. Because they mentioned it, like, I noticed it when I was watching the video. I don't know why it caught my eye. I was like, why does that guy have his hand in his pocket? Skippy Tone, what up, Jay? What's up, Skippy? I was like, why does he have his hand in his pocket? You know what I mean? Because other people mentioned that, and I was like, yeah, I noticed that myself. I don't know why I noticed it, and then when my, okay, just say BG, easy. BG, I like that. That's because I see you in the chat from time to time. Jay, I got exclusive footage. It hurt my heart. This is my backup channel. I'm a DM you. Absolutely, bro. But when my girl seen it and I was telling her about, hey, babe, when I was streaming about this, some other people noticed the hand in the pocket thing too, and she said it looked like he was pressing down, like help. That's why he had his hand in his pocket. My girl said, in her opinion, that he was like trying to put more weight down on his leg. And in one part in time, you could kind of see him getting leverage on the wheel well of the car. I will say this, I personally stand with the people. I do not condemn or agree with the looters or the arsonists. This will bring bigger problems for the community and state. And then BG said, yeah, man, that's right. Late in the night, they were moving in. Team America, what he just said, I will say this. This is what Team America said. I will say this. I personally stand with the people. I do not condemn or agree with the looters or the arsonists. This will bring bigger problems for the community and state. That's a way to put it, too. I like how you said that, how you don't agree with the looters, but you're not condemning it. That's kind of what I was saying to... who was the one person that I was talking to? I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't agree with the looting, or the rioting, but I mean, like he just said, you can't condemn it. I mean, look at this, man. Look at what's going on here. Real Talk said he was upset at the bystanders and pressed harder when they said stop while reaching for his mace. I don't agree either, but I get it and I understand it wouldn't stop it. Exactly, Real Talk. Exactly. That's what I was saying when you first mentioned it. That's kind of like how I was trying to articulate myself. explaining this, guys. Like I said, I'm all over the place. I apologize. I'm normally like pretty well spoken, but like I said, very busy lately. Life's all crazy, all over the place. It's nuts. But yeah, no, you're right. Real talk. It was like those guys were going to stop him. Like they're like, you bum, how you just gonna sit there and do that? Yo, you think that's all right? Why are you doing that? You're killing him. You're a tough guy, etc. And then when they finally like were gonna step up, you seen that. That's when, like I said, this guy who's sitting there just stone cold with no emotion, murdering someone. Then all of a sudden he hops up like, get back, and with the mace. And I seen that too. He pressed down harder. It's like, what the heck, man? That guy is pure evil. That guy was on the force 19 years too. Isn't that crazy? 19 years that dude was on the force, and that has a history of complaints against him, which obviously we see what he did. So imagine all the who knows what else this guy done did and got away with. Like I haven't even been thinking about that. 19 years, that guy. Real Talk says, I got your back. Thank you, bro. Skippy Tone, rioting and looting, it only helps devalue your community, but I understand their anger. Absolutely. Anna Flowers, I don't agree with the looters either, especially because Minneapolis has a history of abuse. Real Talk said, I'm too upset to make my video. That's why I'm here commenting so much. I apologize, y'all. Don't apologize, bro. I'm glad you're in the chat, bro. I feel you though. When I'm in certain mind frames, it's hard for me to make any videos myself, man. Like this is just insane what's going on. It's crazy that this is real life right now. Team America said, and I'm an ex-Marine. There was a time when justice must be served immediately. This is not the first time. This is not the first time this has happened in this community. Terry Taggart says he does have a bad background while someone lost his life. Nick Tyson, the rioting should stop for Christ's sakes. If you don't want to see positive change, don't obfuscate what is important. Breaking the law only directs more attention to the symptoms, not the source. Oh, and Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis. My father, like my uncle, who's kind of like my father, who adopted me, Marine, Vietnam vet, 2 Purple Hearts or whatever. So, but the military was never for me. I don't, I have much respect for people in the military. I never joined up. I actually have a son who's in Korea right now, who's actually about to have a child. I'm about to be a grandfather. And yes, I do believe the rioting should stop, says Team America. But okay, let's roll this video.
Well, I mean, free Americans, yeah.
And what are you doing today?
We were out here yesterday too, down on the original protest site. So basically, you see the records that cops keep, and cops are a lot less likely to try and tread on people's rights when there's other armed Americans with them. So we figured it's about damn time that or at least I figured that it's about damn time some heavily armed rednecks stood with fellow citizens.
And why are you protecting this store?
Well, I mean, this wasn't exactly a specified action. We need to get back up, so we're just kind of...
No, real talk, still no arrest. And still no arrest. You are programmed like a doll. How am I programmed like a doll? Explain that to me. Anna Flowers was saying how there's footage. I saw that footage that you're talking about where they're saying, that hold is used to obstruct someone's breathing, not allowed. Marionette of the gov, same as cops, disgusting, waste of air, go Minneapolis. Thank you for your service, Team America. That's why we rioting still, then no arrest yet, and a murder. Yeah, man. What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, I saw that footage where that guy keeps saying, yo, you're killing him. Yo, you're a bum. You think you're tough? Like, yo, you think I don't know about that hold? I train with a lot of these people in the academy. I know what you're doing there. And then, you know what I mean? I saw that footage, and then that's what a lot of this footage that is getting out now is muted. There was another person pointing out that George was no longer responsive. None of the cops checked on him. Yeah, that, like, when they seen that he was really, really fading away, they tried to step up, and then that guy screamed on everyone and pulled the mace out, and like that's what I'm saying. And then that Asian officer backing everyone down. It's like and then you guys. That's why I'm glad I always like talking with other people. I totally, forgot about the other officers. Like I know there's 4 officers. I'm not saying that, but I get so focused thinking about those 2 when I'm thinking about this. Your governor wants you to fight each other, you primitives. Otherwise, they would arrest this sick cop and over. What's it called? What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I know that there's 4, but I get so focused thinking about these 2 bastards because we're looking at their face during this. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy when you think about it that there was 2. Like really, when I sit back and think, like I said, I know there's 4, but I just get so caught up thinking about these evil bastards, looking at their faces. That there was 2 other guys involved in this. Like it's like, how could 4 people? Seriously, how could 4 of them just sit back and no one, even someone who is an evil piece of shit, how was none of them at least evil but not totally evil enough to just say, okay, like stop now? You know what I mean? Like, was this some kind of planned hit? I don't understand. Those 2 aggravated murder, the other 2 accessory murders by law. BG says, then they just tossed George Floyd's lifeless body on the stretcher. Team America said, that's why we are not fighting each other. We are standing in solidarity. Absolutely. BG, me and my girl, when I showed her the video, like I said, I watched it again last night for the second time. I didn't even want to see it a second time. She said the same thing when they moved him onto the stretcher. She was like, look at how it was like, it's just so twisted. It's just so twisted. This guy says, I'm white and from Poland, but trust me, the world is watching and everyone is on the black people's side. Only primitives are not. So simple as this. That is from Soul Rescue from Poland. But let me finish this video here.
We've been moving around and just trying to see what's what without getting necessarily completely slapped by massive groups of people. And while we were walking, somebody mentioned that there were some guys at the back of us who wanted to know if they were over to go buy something, and they said that they're closed and they're defending their businesses. Oh yeah, Target's on fire. Yeah, by the way. Yeah, but and anyway, so we heard that. We're like, well, we better kit up and go see if these guys need help. And it turns out these guys are out here with machetes and shattered windows trying to keep looters out of the business because cops can't get in here. And so, I figured before they were cops, they were just Americans. So here we are.
Or, during the LA riots.
Or during the LA riots. Collateral damage, I guess.
Everyone protecting their own stuff. That's where you only got rooftop Koreans.
So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. If there were more of us, we could go stop them from looting, but it's just us 4.
Yeah, we definitely don't agree with the looting.
Yeah, no, looting.
But we do agree with the cause for the protest.
Yeah, definite protest.
What color was the cops that killed most Native Americans? It's so sad what happened to Floyd. Shout out to Poland. It's not a race problem. George Floyd, I even spoke with a 66-year-old Dutch guy, and he said this is not normal. And he said, why do this people finally gather and kill? Sorry guys, the comments are going kind of quick. I ask out of curiosity. People think when George passed out, there was no need to keep the knee on the neck. He was grinding his knee. Yes, BG, he was rocking back and forth. It was like, what this evil. It's crazy that guy was a cop for 19 years. As on the witness said, the murder was blazing. He was slowly murdering Mr. Floyd. George Floyd killed Native Americans as well, and more people of color as well. Truce, what the F you talking about? I believe, real talk, those were white officers as well, what you're talking about with the Native Americans. But listen, who was it? Someone put, it's not a race problem. Tribe of One is saying, seriously, look into it, he says. His hand wasn't in his pocket. It looked like that because he was wearing black gloves. He was, yeah, so he was pressing on his leg. That's what actually resting his hand on his leg to apply more force. That's what my girl was saying too as well. But Tribe of One said it's not a race problem. It's not all a race problem, but it is a race. It's definitely a race problem too at the same time. You know what I mean? Not all white people are racist. Not all cops are racist. But let's be honest. How did he kill natives? Explain that, Tribe. You said George Floyd killed natives. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. It's a killing innocent people problem. I don't know if Tribe of One is meaning to say instead of George Floyd, he means the cop, Derek, whatever his name was. In 2016, Philando Castile was shot to death as we watched via live stream. Now this, what's next? I am white. I've been silent and I'm sorry. This is a problem of racism, hands down. Yeah, MIA, I like that you said that actually while I'm talking about this. Because, like I was saying, let's be honest. I mean, look at what these guys are saying in this video. They flat out said, like, look what Hocus 4/5 said here.
Well,
He said, the white man said he knows it's less likely for the cops to violate others' rights when they see two white people standing there with them and they're all armed together. I mean, it's a bot, okay. Is that a bot? Real talk? Is that a bot? Yo, I've had bots get in my chat before, bro. Commenting on stuff all the time too. But I mean, come on. So why am I even responding if it's a bot? But yes, like I was saying, a lot of people get upset when people say that there's, still not a race or a lot of people get upset when people say, that there is racism still going on. It's like, listen, just because racism still is going on and there's a lot of these crimes, there's racial motivations to them, doesn't mean that everyone's racist. I don't know why that's so hard for people to admit. You know what I'm saying? Period. Wow, the FBI I'm on an Android. What the F? Somebody said Tribe a bot, so he must have been beefing with a bot. But yeah, like, look at these white guys even here. What that guy just say? He said, it felt like it's time for some rednecks to stand out with the people as well, to use, their privilege or whatever, right? To try to protect other citizens. This was murder without question. Absolutely. Involved in getting ready for a press conference. There's so much racism problem is we don't see how we should as one human race. Oh, Tribe, absolutely. But I mean, that's about it. As simple as the golden rule: do unto others as they'll do unto as you would want them to do unto you. I mean, but people just can't live by things that way. There's a lot of sick people out there. But yes, it's a sick world. It's crazy to think that guy was a cop for 19 years. That's blowing my mind. Tribe says that's all I'm saying about not a race thing. But it's crazy, when I sit back and think about it, that this guy was a cop. It's totally a race thing, but not how it should be. Every race matters, is what Tribe is saying. There is no way to defend these gang members with badges. Absolutely, Katana Anonymous. Geez, what was I just saying? Oh, yeah, but it's crazy that this guy was a cop for like 19 years. Absolutely insane. But listen, guys, I gotta wrap this up. We're gonna be staying up on this. BG said I was shaking after I watched that cold-blooded murder. Yeah, I was affected in so many ways as well myself. MI says, and I'm sorry, but if white people like myself continue to keep silent and a blind eye, we are no better than a cop. We are the reasons he was able to do this. Real Talk said, Lennon, no, that's the white man. Look into it. All right, though. So I appreciate all you guys coming in here, joining the discussion with me. Like I said, that's what this channel is all about. Anyone new who catches this on the playback, make sure to sub to the channel. Everyone, subscribe, join the discussion. I'm going to be bringing updates on this. Thank you for supporting my channel. Let's keep hoping justice truly prevails in this situation. That's a Native American who was, what is he saying? There was a Native American who was linked to George. Native American 2006. Yeah, BG, I saw that also, what you're talking about there. Took me a sec. Sorry. Are they protesting today? Tribe, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Drop some links in the comments under this video if you are indeed not a bot. But yeah, guys, I gotta run. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, sub to the channel. I'm gonna be, covering this thing, bringing updates. Let's hope justice truly prevails. Be safe, everyone. Have a great day, you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.